On my last video, we talked about letting go of the illusion that you can control everything. But I know what you're thinking. Okay, I can control everything. Then what can I control? How do I make this chaotic life actually work? Here's the truth. You don't need to control everything. You need to build something better, a system that works with your reality, not against it. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. You've tried the productivity hacks, the morning routines, the meal prep strategies. You've downloaded the apps, bought the planners, followed the Instagram accounts promising you to have the perfect system for working moms. But here's what happens. You try to force yourself into someone else's system, and when it doesn't work, of course you blame yourself. You think you're not disciplined enough, not organized enough, not committed enough. But here is the real problem. It isn't you. It's that you're trying to squeeze your unique life into a one-size-fits-all solution. Think about it. The system that works for a mom with a 9-to-5 desk job won't work for a mom with unpredictable shift work. The routine that works for someone with a partner who travels won't work for a single mom. The meal prep strategy that works for a family of 3 won't work for a family of 6. You're not broken. Their system just doesn't fit your reality. Here is what I've learned after working with hundreds of working moms. The most successful systems aren't the most perfect ones. They're the most personally tailored ones. They're built around your actual life, not your ideal life. So let's start building your system. And we're going to start with the most important question. What is your actual reality right now? Not what you wish it was, not what it used to be, not what you think it should be. What is it right now? Here's how to figure this out. So first, you're going to track your energy patterns for 1 week. For example, when do you feel most focused? When do you crash? When are you most patient with your kids? When are you most creative? Don't try to change anything, just notice. Second, I want you to identify your non-negotiables. What absolutely has to happen in your day for you to feel like you're not failing? Maybe it's getting your kids to school on time, or having 10 minutes to drink your coffee while it's still warm, or checking in with your team before lunch. And third, I want you to acknowledge your constraints. How many hours do you actually have between when you wake up and when you collapse? How much help do you actually have? How much mental energy do you actually have after work? So this isn't about being negative, it's about being realistic. You can't build a system that works if you're building it on fantasy. So here's what I discovered when I did this exercise. I was trying to fit 12 hours of tasks into 8 hours of actual available time. I was planning my most important work for times when I was completely depleted. I was setting myself up for failure and then wondering why I couldn't stick to anything. So once I started working with my reality instead of against it, everything changed. Now, let's build your system around 3 core elements. First, your natural rhythms. Second, your essential routines. And third, your backup plans. So number 1, your natural rhythms are your energy patterns. Instead of fighting them, design around them. If you're sharpest in the morning, that's when you tackle your most important work, not when you're exhausted after bedtime. If you're a night owl, stop trying to become a morning person. Number 2, your essential routines. Those are your non-negotiable sequences. But here is the key. They should be flexible, not rigid. For example, Your morning routine might be, I wake up, drink water, move my body for 5 minutes, and connect with my kids. It doesn't matter if the movement is yoga or dancing in the kitchen, or if connecting means making breakfast together or having a 2-minute conversation while they eat cereal, for example. And the last one, your backup plans are for when life happens, because life will happen. Your child will get sick, your meeting will run late, your babysitter will cancel. So instead of pretending these won't happen, just plan for them. And here is what this looks like in practice. Instead of trying to meal prep every Sunday, you might batch cook twice a week when you have energy. So keep a list of 5 easy backup meals and give yourself permission to order takeout when needed. Another example, instead of trying to exercise every day at 5 a.m., you might move your body whenever you can. 10 minutes before work or during lunch or while dinner is cooking. Instead of trying to be the Pinterest perfect mom, you might focus on being the present mom, showing up authentically for the moments that matter most to you. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is sustainability. But let's talk about why building your own system feels so uncomfortable. It's not just about logistics. It's about identity. You've been told that good moms do it all, that successful women have it all figured out, that if you just tried a little harder, organized a little better, or wanted it more, you could make it all work perfectly. Building your own system means letting go of the fantasy that you can be everything to everyone. It means accepting that some things won't get done. It means choosing what matters most to you, even if it's different from what matters most to other people. This is called grief work. You're grieving the mother you thought you would be. You're grieving the life you thought you would have. You're grieving the belief that you could do it all without sacrificing everything. But here is what's on the other side of that grief. Freedom. The freedom to show up as yourself. The freedom to prioritize what actually matters to you. The freedom to create a life that works for your family, not someone else's idea of what your family should look like. So when you stop trying to be the perfect mom and start being your kind of mom, that's when you give your children the gift of seeing what it looks like to be human. That's when you model authenticity instead of perfection. So here is how to actually build your system. Start with one area of your life that feels most chaotic right now. Maybe it's mornings, maybe it's dinner time, maybe it's bedtime. Pick one. For that one area, ask yourself, what would this look like if I designed it around my actual energy, my actual constraints, my actual priorities? Test it for 1 week, not a month, not forever, just 1 week. Notice what works, what doesn't, and what needs adjusting. Then tweak it. Maybe your morning routine needs to be shorter. Maybe your dinner strategy needs a backup plan. Maybe your bedtime routine needs to involve your partner differently. Keep tweaking until it feels sustainable. Then, and only then, move on to the next area. Remember, you're not trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. You're trying to create small improvements that compound over time. The system that works is the one you actually use. And the one you actually use is the one that fits your real life, not your fantasy life. Here is what happens when you start building systems around your reality instead of fighting it. You stop feeling like you're constantly failing and start feeling like you're making progress. You stop comparing your inside to everyone else's highlight reel and start celebrating your own wins. You stop trying to be perfect and start being effective. Most importantly, you show your children what it looks like to work with your strength instead of against them. You model self-compassion instead of self-criticism. You demonstrate that there are many ways to be a good mom, and yours is one of them. This is how you become the person who can create the life you actually want. Not by doing everything, but by doing the right things in the right way for you. So here is your homework. Pick one area of your life that feels chaotic. For the next week, experiment with designing it around your actual reality instead of your ideal reality. And share in the comments, what's the one area you're going to start with? Your honesty helps other moms realize they're not alone in trying to figure this out. On my next video, we'll talk about something crucial, how to maintain your system when life gets overwhelming, because it will. I'll show you how to build resilience into your rhythms so you can weather any storm. Remember, you don't need someone else's system. You need your system. And the best system is the one that lets you show up as yourself, not as who you think you should be. Hit that like button if this resonated, and subscribe for more real talk about creating a life that works for you, not against you. You've got this, not because you can do everything, but because you can do the right things for you.